To hide her beautiful face, the girl dotted freckles on herself every day. As an apothecary who frequently passed through the red light district, Annie knew only women considered unattractive could avoid catching the eyes of predatory men. Annie was obsessed with herbs and poisons. She often experimented on her own left wrist, and had surprisingly good connections with the madam of the most famous brothel in the capital. That madam, however, kept trying to convince Annie to work as a courtesan, which always sent Annie running in panic. But despite her plain appearance, trouble still found her. One day, while she was out foraging herbs, 3 men suddenly appeared and kidnapped her, selling her into the palace to serve as a maid. Knowing how dangerous the palace could be, Annie kept her knowledge of medicine and literacy a secret. She was assigned to the laundry bureau of the harem. Thankfully, palace maid service wasn't lifelong. After 2 years of diligent work, one could leave. Annie had already been there for 3 months. One day, she overheard from Lena that the emperor had lost 3 children, and the remaining 2 were now also falling mysteriously ill. No imperial physician could find the cause, though Annie had intended to simply do her time and leave. Curiosity got the better of her, and she decided to investigate. When she reached the consort's quarters, she saw a huge crowd gathered. Consort Aya and consort Amy were in a heated argument. Aya accused Amy of trying to poison her son. She even slapped her. Amy, furious, fired back that her own daughter was sick as well. From Amy's haggard appearance, the symptoms of the sick children, and the prior deaths, Annie deduced the culprit was whitening powder. Desperate to avoid drawing attention, Annie quickly scribbled her diagnosis onto a strip of cloth. Just then, she brushed shoulders with Kevin. To avoid suspicion, she tied the cloth to a branch of azalea flowers, and had the flowers discreetly delivered to both consorts' rooms. Amy noticed the cloth outside her window. Immediately, she stopped letting the princess use whitening powder, and sent the sickly nurse, who had used it herself, on medical leave. Within days, the little princess began to recover. Meanwhile, Aya arrogantly discarded her branch of azalea. Less than a month later, her son passed away. Curious about the source of the cloth, Amy told Kevin everything. Kevin remembered someone bumping into him that day. He hadn't gotten a clear look at her face, but from the texture of the cloth, he was able to identify the writer. It was Annie.